I have two clips for you from a map and from Arbiter on the Uber version, so you can quickly see how the build looks like, and if you wanna skip through that, well, there's gonna be timestamps. The general idea of the build is that nothing really matters in terms of like defense. All my defense is offense. I'm purely glass cannon, but it doesn't really feel that bad when you try it in practice. I tried many different combos with like helmet of evasion and stuff, but in the end I just settled on using calamity, even though I tried to remove it, because for some reason calamity has way stronger heralds than normal heralds that you can get from the gem. I don't know why, but it's nearly over like 100% attack damage scale. So I just settled down on the surround helmet, calamity and quite glass cannon. You can get way better stats of course with better items. Instead of leech mana, which is dead stat on my gloves for example, you can get either rarity, more resistances, or you can just use evasion, energy shield helmet, you can use purely evasion helmet. It won't matter much, won't change much in damage, all gonna be settled as long as your weapon, your flat damages check out on the weapon, on the rings, on the gloves, and well, the weapon, preferably if you don't have onslaught but you have extra projectiles, that would be wonderful, because my weapon is quite trash and I struggle when it comes to like AoEing stuff. I had weapon with full projectile stack, but I tried to fix it and there goes the weapon. But I think you can clearly see that wondering about defense is just a waste of time. You just go forward, press your damage, and that's it. Everything dies all around. Heralds do a wonderful job, both in defense and offense, because anything touching you, well, it's gonna proc second wind, and then the second wind gonna proc the heralds, and heralds gonna do the job in AoE. You have to really fuck up to die. It's like fall off the Roa or something like this. If you fall off Roa, I don't know what saves you when you're 5 seconds CC'd. I guess just monsters not attacking you at that time really can save you. So, well, heralds killing them is quite the way for it. Biggest issue you can see on the screen is literally me having not enough projectiles, because if I had the runes and I had the roll for 2 extra projectiles, it would make even better work on the AoE. Everything would be just literally in an instant dead on the screen. But well, I had attack speed on what you seen, which I successfully changed with 1 shot on it to onslaught, and that's basically a bit less attack speed than I had, but movement speed more. So I wanted to fit it into the surround helmet, which I mainly picked for that movement speed. The extra attack damage and extra attack speed from the surround is just addition. I just wanted the permanent 10% movement speed. But it's pretty easy to integrate any defense if you really want to into the build. You just swap your helmet, you just put proper stuff on the helmet. Either you want flat HP mana to tank it from the runes, or you want evasion energy shield for the ghost. Well, that you can do as well. There's many different ways. I just don't recommend going for the armor. I think pure evasion or evasion yes is way better than going for armor. Even any mix of armor is just bad. I just have those items because that's what I got, what I could get with this base on the like side of damage to be checked. But well, the defense side is of course not checked there because armor evasion is pretty bad. I would honestly go for evasion to be fair, but then I would have to go Heris, and Heris got really nerfed, which I'm really sad about. So I just settle on using, like, if you wanna go for like full evasion, you will have to use another body armor. I know that damage from Herald doesn't really matter because it's just utility for me, it just blinds. The fact it kills is just showing the tribute to the build that is broken, because even normal Herald will do the job. That just saves me a lot of skill slots when I test builds and stuff. Like for you, if you just don't test builds, if you wanna like good blueprint, you can just put normal fat evasion body armor, and instead of other heralds, just use Herald of Thunder, because that's the most important one, that's the best one. So of course with the glass cannon version we have Calamity. It's not that glass cannon of an armor, because plus 40 to all elemental resistances is really nice, considering it also provides us with a nice removing elemental resistances from the equation when we do damage, as long as it's in our presence. So to check our presence, you press Alt and mouse over this. You can get Alpha's Howl even if you really want to increase it, but let's focus on the surround. So the Viper Cup, the unique one, we of course gonna need those points, mainly those I have here. I have it on Mobilitics as well. so we're gonna have to go this way. But it's quite nice because 1 point here we have socket, 1 point here we have socket, beautiful. So I would go here anyway for the jack of all trades, so that fits me 100p, and I also have 25 for lightning damage with hits to be lucky. Nothing else matters on this. Mainly you need the 25. This you need to anoint, very expensive, so better have good amulet before you anoint it. And this spring hair for the damage, weapon set 1 or both weapon sets, doesn't matter, but this is extra lucky. It's really important to have lucky, and since I already want to change something, so I changed my passive, so I am close to change the build. But I also wanted to include this more maximum lightning damage, which increases the higher end of our lightning damage, and that's what all the lucky is for. So not only I could fit this like that, but I will be able to swap to my next build. So I'm getting bored of everyone playing Deadeye. Items hard to buy, expensive to buy, so I just wanna do something else, something different than anyone else did so far. So this is the last update for this particular build, because there's billion versions of this. It's pretty broken. It's not lightning spear, and I think if you had like very good spear, I'd prefer to play lightning spear. Honestly, I love it way more, like the way it spreads and everything. I just prefer a lightning spear much more than lightning arrow. But well, I'm gonna introduce this all into the mobalytics, cause those are not really worth to discuss that much, cause well, it's way easier if you just have it on mobalytics, right? But this, I will have this probably there, because I won't be changing and I will probably forget to change it. But don't pick this. What's important is to pick this, because this is way better. I was just checking something out, but this is just one big disappointment, to be fair. I really wanted to get to use advantage of the bullseye, another disappointment. So also when I have too many projectiles, it's another disappointment. It spreads so much that I really don't like it. I hate the nerf on this. I don't even know why, but well, the next build is gonna be more fun. So the tankier version would be looking like this, with a helmet that will fit our resistances. We'll have some critical strike chance perhaps on it, and we'll have a lot of evasion, energy shield, and that combo we will be going instead here for the surround. We of course gonna take it out and follow here to grab the crit, the damage when you crit, the attack speed, dex int. Then we're gonna connect like this here into step like mist. We're gonna put those points here, so swap this one out, and basically a little tunes down around to have the points to fit this at least still. But in general, you would have to drop movement speed till you level up for this evasion here, and it's not the most fun, and it's gonna be really hard without this notable around here from Nothing Diamond with Walker of the Wilds to fit all the points, because you're gonna have to connect either from this side or this side. And well, if you have it normally with evasion fat version, well, then you're gonna just pick all the evasion on the way here, and you will go here and pick the bestial skin as well. So if you're gonna have 2.2k evasion on the body armor, obviously you want this, and that will put you on quite comfortable amounts of the evasion. So if you also stat stack like I do with the jack of all trades, you will want to pick this, and you will also want to pick this depending on the like how the deflection looks on your items. But you would probably want to go from the side of deflection if you can afford, depending on the levels. The reason I play full glass cannon is because I just literally don't trust in the defenses. Whenever I'm in any trouble, that's just fucking abyss, completely putting my PC on fire, and I can't really do anything. Like, I cannot play till I'm basically dead and the game closes. So that's why, like, I don't play hardcore. I'm never gonna play hardcore. I wanna have fun with full damage. I wanna get annoyed when I die because I have no defenses. So I really don't want to bother about like min-maxing the defense. It's just pointless, because after they nerfed Harry, I just lost all hope in all plans I had for the defense. So basically Ghost Dance, Evasion, Energy Shield would be the most boring thing I can imagine, and that's what I would be using for staying alive. And I would probably combo it with more physical damage and, well, this belt. But this belt also right now, after I introduced a new thing in the build. It's really good to use if you want to. If you cannot afford Headhunter. If you have Headhunter, that's like the only build you wanna use. I hate it myself, so... But this, I was saving for it for the longest time. And it gives us a lot of physical damage to get benefit of life leech. You can just go here to benefit from mana leech, but what's important to me is the life leech. So I can constantly regen my energy shield, and that's what I was using recently when I still played evasion energy shield. And it gave me quite the survival, but still feels like I lack a bit of the physical damage for the hardest stuff like delirium. So what I found out, way easier to do delirium, and I'm gonna introduce the delirium clear on the hardest difficulty at the end of the video with my full glass cannon, because it was much easier than anything else I thought about before. But since the most boring is out of the way, let's talk about the core parts of damage in the build, which are of course the rings. Preferably you would use Calandra for this ring, but I use this one, so I'm having easier time of holding everything whenever I'm testing stuff. I have one extra skill slot, so... But basically physical cold lightning, perfect what we want. I think I got that tier 1 everywhere. It's insane that I managed to buy this ring for the price what I paid. It's not the best, doesn't have the all res, but I'm completely in love with it. I have 2 attributes for the stat stack, beautiful, all I really need. And I have the all res would be the best, because then I would easily be able to use the Calandra, but just having 40 cold res and Calandra, it, well, as you see, there's lightning res here, so it's quite hard. But triple flat on both, lightning, physical. Here is sadly fire, that's why I would really love to be able to Calandra the other one. But this was gifted to me, I'm gonna be honest. It has the energy shield and maximum energy shield, that's why I was really into trying the energy shield, because if I take it out, my ES is 75. It's probably from boots, yeah. Well, so this is giving me everything. Gives me tons of crit damage. I could actually change my passives a bit because of the amount of crit hit chance that I have here, which is beautiful. This amulet, I'm really thankful. Who gave me, he knows. And before, I just literally had not that much wars, because I also had tier 8 spirit, but I had evasion, which was the overall, my best items were with full evasion. And I also had mana on it, which drains from, it's basically my HP as well. And I had all attributes, 20 something, and I had intelligence, so it wasn't that far off. Of course I have Ingen belt now. It's not the same item anymore, but for now it gives me a lot because of the rings being really good. It has the corruption for fire, and I'd probably prefer Headhunter honestly. If it only didn't have the Shoutwalker, I could go... I was thinking to just get normal belt and fix a bit the part of being just completely glass cannon, because I think if I just get normal belt it's gonna be fixed quite nicely. I also use different charms than I have on me, but I have the general same idea on all of them. So to fit all the resistances I'm missing, I'm using the charms just straight up for the resistances, since if I get stunned, I get stunned on Roa. If I get frozen, I get frozen. There's not much I can do, I will get off of the Roa. So I have the guard to get as much defense as I can, and I also fit it with damage and defense in one, which is the Spirit of the Boar from the Golden Charm. It's it's the one of the cheapest, that's why I have it. And 20 extra fire, damage, bleeding, some damage, 20 reduced damage taken. Well, wish I had cut, so then I could completely lean into the evasion, but cut is 150 divines, so I can forget about it. My gloves are also tier 1 everywhere, but they are armor evasion, so they are pretty garbage. They have some fire res, some dex, and they have little mana, so they are far from the best. But they have the damage types on flats on tier 1 and the ones I really want, so I'm not changing them. I'm not gonna think about changing them. I also have emergency flasks, so they recover insta, so I can spam whenever I get knocked off of the Roa. And my bow, well, if that onslaught had extra projectiles, I'd already be happy, even though I don't have the runes for arrows, but the runes would fix a lot as well. But everything is just so expensive, and runes, they just You put them in and they are gone. You won't be able to take them out. If the weapon's cooked or you get better, they are gone. So I have to settle on that cheap part. My quiver, it's quite cheap and easy to make yourself on your own one good. So since I play crit, I have double crit, some crit damage. I'd probably prefer the attack speed, but that's fine. Damage with bow skills, physical damage, because I really wanted to benefit from leech, and lightning damage. If I could use, if there existed something like this for life leech, I just go full elemental damage and I wouldn't give a fuck about the physical. But since I can't, I mean, I even don't have the proper bow. Like, I don't have physical, I have elemental. It's so far from what I should have, but it still shreks because of how everything's just put together. So, all in all, if you can afford the best possible gear, oh well, the game's yours. You're gonna one press everything, as boring as every meta build with best items. That's why the game gets boring when you get best items. Since I will also have the skills on mobilitics and everything, I'm not gonna go over the supports and stuff. Most of them are just temporarily there and you can swap if you see something like that you don't like. It's probably because it's just a back slots. But in general, I wanna explain how do you do damage like on a boss, because if you just spam lightning arrow on a boss, well, you're not gonna be doing really much damage. It has pretty awful single target. But to fix it, you just spam lightning rods on the ground, you put the 20 limit, spam your mana flask if it's needed, then you put tornado, wait till you can hit boss, and you can also like electrocute from the weapon set 2. With all the amplifiers to shock. You should also have your cold shots or self-casted voltaic mark, depends if you use it or not. And then when you have voltaic mark, all the lightning rods, then you shoot your electrocute when the tornado's up, and barrage, boom. So basically, one more time, so I have it more clear, you have either cold shots or casted voltaic mark, and you put 20 before the boss appears, you put tornado, you swap to your weapon set 2 so you can voltaic mark on him, then you electrocute, barrage, you make sure you have all the lightning rods, barrage. Like, I already fucked up because I would press like lightning rod for no reason. It does a lot of damage, but what we want is to detonate all the lightning rods on the ground with amplified electrocute and all of that, with voltaic mark, all to amplify, and now we want to blow it up. If need, we spam on it. So that's how we can do single target damage. I don't know if it's blood mage level that you can do it on full party, and I heavily doubt it. So I'm gonna be swapping it to some melee, and well, we're gonna see how it turns out, right? Okay, so I'm here to show you exactly on the second phase of kinginthemists how gonna do damage on him. So that's like the full rotation is only for those who don't really have that good gear. Those that have good gear, you're just gonna put lightning rods, one tornado, and he's gonna be dead. But for those without the gear yet, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. You spam lightning rods, you have 20 limits, depends on your arrows, how many you need. Now you tornado. You can barrage now already actually to get shock. Voltaic, electrocute, barrage again, and now you delete them with lightning arrow and destroying all the, imploding all the lightning rods. There is one thing that you won't see on the mobilitics, and that's because I cannot really afford. I afforded timeless that can replace it as long as it can replace it. But basically, if we have this here with from nothing diamond, you want here to be against darkness with 4 lightning and 4 cold preferably. You can just get 4 lightning and 4 whatever, as long as it's this, otherwise just not really, don't bother, not worth. And then you can literally pick this, those 2 are good, but you can pick this and that only to get all that percent damage as extra lightning, and the other one you're gonna have. Even chaos gonna be fine as long as there's lightning. Why? Well, lightning, all this lucky, yeah, this is like, I'm not gonna have it for the longest time, it's really expensive. So that's what you wanna be using. If you can get it, if the budget allows, go for it. It's insane increase to the build. And this you can just replace to whatever else fits. Oh look, even here would be nice, you would get benefit. Even here would be nice, you would increase your surround, so. But against darkness, broken. But that's all, I didn't really upgrade all that much in the build. So I'm already quite bored. It's just too many Deadeyes. Like, it's just too many. Everyone's Deadeye. Everyone's like Deadeye. It's boring. Boring. Really boring. So I will be swapping to something, I hope, creative. And, well, hope you like this one. If you did, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, see ya in the next one. And enjoy the delirium clear from like middle when something starts to happen.
An easy trophy.
You can't get rid of me, exile. I am you.
Storming arrow.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
Not yet. Quick and lethal. Patience. I need more time.
Do you not wonder what tugs at the strings of fate? What stands astride the abyss and beckons you to fall?
Need more time. Thunderous shot. I'm out of mana. Not ready. An easy trophy.
shall serve me